Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so let's park the usual dark matter conversation for a minute.
hmm
We've got some really interesting material here suggesting something else might be filling the universe. Light.
Yeah, it's quite a perspective shift, isn't it?
Totally. So our mission today is really to unpack this idea, explore this alternative, what it could actually mean for how we see things.
It's fascinating because it really does flip the script. We're so conditioned to think about unseen mass,
Hmm.
dark matter,
Yeah,
shaping everything.
exactly.
And this sort of says, hold on, what about something we do see? Or rather, the incredible amount we don't see directly.
Yeah.
Could that be fundamental?
Okay, let's dive into that. The material paints this picture.
Yeah.
Our universe, finite, expanding.
Right, expanding inside this potentially infinite, empty, dark void.
So imagine a photon, like the very last bit of light from the absolute farthest star we can imagine. It reaches the edge of our expanding bit. What happens then? Does it just pop out of existence? Or, and this is the interesting part, could it actually push, contribute to the expansion itself?
Well, that's the core of the thought experiment, isn't it?
Right.
It really makes you think about boundaries and energy interaction at that scale.
And the source makes a great point. Light is everywhere. It permeates everything.
Absolutely. We just don't perceive it unless it hits something or, we look right at the source.
Right, we look out and see blackness mostly. But this material's like, no, hang on, space is actually flooded.
Flooded, yeah,
Hmm.
with photons zipping around from billions, trillions of stars, galaxies, radiation crisscrossing the cosmos constantly.
It's like a silent, invisible light show happening all the time.
You have to remember how starlight works. Radiating out in all directions, 360 degrees.
Sure, it gets fainter the further away it gets, that inverse square law thing.
Right. But the volume of sources, the sheer number, means there's this constant bombardment, a background hum of light waves traveling everywhere.
Think of the cosmic microwave background even. That ancient light is still here, filling space.
Exactly. It's evidence of this omnipresent radiation.
Okay, so that brings us to momentum. This is where it's really interesting for me.
The photon momentum idea.
Yeah. Photons are massless, right? But they still carry momentum. It's a quantum thing.
It is, yeah. It's one of those slightly counterintuitive bits of physics.
So if you have countless photons just constantly hitting this hypothetical edge of the universe,
Could that collective push, that transfer of momentum?
could that be what's driving the expansion? Or at least a big part of it, like light itself pushing outwards?
It's certainly a compelling thought. It offers a different mechanism than, say, dark energy as we usually conceive it. Thinking about radiation pressure, but on a cosmic boundary scale.
Yeah.
What strikes you most about that possibility?
For me, it's the sheer amount of energy tied up in all that unseen light. The source mentions, like, if we could suddenly see all the raw, traveling light,
Yeah,
it wouldn't be dark at all. It'd be blindingly intense, overwhelming.
right. It paints a picture of a very active, very energetic vacuum, not an empty one.
So it shifts the focus, doesn't it? Maybe it's not just unseen mass running the show. Maybe this fundamental energy light, something we encounter every single day.
Maybe it plays a much more active, dynamic role in the universe's evolution than we generally acknowledge.
So the big takeaway here isn't about throwing out dark matter necessarily,
Well, not at all.
but it's about considering this dynamic interplay. Light, momentum, the expansion itself, maybe they're more deeply connected.
It suggests the universe is, well, potentially far more luminous and energetic in its fundamental workings than our everyday view implies,
It encourages looking at the universe less like a container with stuff in it.
and more like a dynamic system where energy itself, especially light, might be a key architect of reality, of space itself.
This has been definitely a mind-bending deep dive into light's potential cosmic power.
It really makes you reconsider the basics.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. How much would our whole understanding of the universe change if we really started factoring in the active role of all that unseen light? Its constant pressure, its momentum, its potential influence on the very fabric of space-time, and its relentless expansion. It paints a picture of a cosmos truly awash in light, maybe even shaped and driven by it. Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.